Welcome back, Reds. Erik Ten Hag has been expressing admiration for the young talent, kobbie Mainoo. The 18-year-old has successfully made his mark in the Red Devils' first team this season, participating in 5 appearances in both the Premier League and the Champions League. The manager has showered praise on Mainoo's abilities, emphasizing that age is not a barrier to talent. Ten Hag believes that as Mainoo gets more opportunities in the games, he will bring even more excitement with his skill and speed of play, making crucial passes and posing a threat to opponents. Meanwhile, Manchester United is considering former Real Madrid wonderkid Takousa Kubo as a potential replacement for winger Antony, who joined Erik Ten Hag at Old Trafford in the summer of 2022 for a substantial £85.5 million. Antony's performance has been disappointing, with only 8 goals and 3 assists in 62 appearances. Ten Hag is actively seeking a replacement, and the club has sent scouts to watch Kubo on at least 7 occasions this season. Kubo, a 22-year-old Japan international, spent 4 years in Barcelona's renowned Lancashire academy before joining Real Madrid in 2019. He never played for Real Madrid's first team, spending time on loan at Mallorca, Villarreal, and Getafe. Real Sociedad signed him for £5.5 million before last season, where he excelled with 15 goals and 13 assists in 67 games. Despite a £26 million offer from Napoli, Sociedad rejected it, and Kubo's contract runs until 2027. Man United, having scouted him multiple times this season, might consider offering Antony on loan as part of the deal. In La Liga, Sociedad sits 6th, and Kubo continues to impress, with Man United closely monitoring his progress. The club is contemplating a shift towards a more culture-focused approach, inspired by the success Arsenal achieved with a similar strategy under Mikel Arteta and Eddie Gasper. On another front, talks have reportedly taken place regarding terminating Jadon Sancho's contract amid his ongoing feud with Erik Ten Hag. The 24-year-old winger, who joined for £73 million in 2021, has fallen short of expectations and is currently excluded from the first-team squad. United may field inquiries for Sancho in the January transfer window or even consider the drastic step of tearing up his multi-year contract, according to Sky Sports. Manchester United is gearing up for a more assertive approach to player contracts with the anticipated influence of Jim Ratcliffe at Old Trafford. The Ineos chief, set to acquire a minority stake in the club, aims to prioritise the right culture and recruitment strategy over purely business interests. This shift is inspired by the success Arsenal experienced under a similar practice implemented by Mikel Arteta, transforming the club into title contenders by parting ways with key players. Discussions have already taken place in relation to players like Sancho, though it seems unlikely that the club would take drastic action, especially considering potential offers for him in January. While United may not recoup the £73 million they spent on acquiring Sancho 2.5 years ago, there's an opportunity to remove his salary from the books. RB Leipzig is the latest team showing interest in Sancho, with Barcelona and Juventus also monitoring his situation. Although there were previous indications that Ten Hag would welcome Sancho back with a private apology, the situation now seems irreparable, and both the player and the club are open to a transfer. In another development, Manchester United could face the loss of loanee Sergio Reguilón to Borussia Dortmund in January due to a secret clause in his contract. Reguilón, who joined from Spurs in the summer, may see United trigger a release clause in his loan move, sending him back to London. RB Leipzig is reportedly interested in signing Manchester United winger Jadon Sancho, who was excluded from the squad in September following a public fallout with Erik Ten Hag. The 23-year-old is not expected to return to the squad soon, and the club is determined to offload him in January. Despite United's willingness to sell Sancho for a fraction of the £73 million fee paid in 2021, his £350,000 weekly wages may pose a challenge for RB Leipzig. On a different note, Phil Thompson has responded to Roy Keane's criticism of Virgil van Dijk, suggesting that Keane get a life. Thompson argues that Van Dijk's comments on Liverpool's draw with Manchester United were not arrogant but rather an expression of frustration, similar to how Keane and Gary Neville provide their opinions. Thompson rejects the notion of arrogance in Van Dijk's statements.